Here's your three. Wake up, Wilmington. Look at this. Bill and I are kind of matching today. He's got his Reds hat on. I got my red shirt on.
Ohio teams there.
Talk about Ohio State.
No, yeah, we can do that. We can do that. We got the big Jerry Bear back today.
Hey.
We also have Scott Estes. He is not on the cast of Duck Dynasty. We'll just make that clear.
Not
Right?
yet.
We'll make that clear right now. Just messing with you.
Not yet.
I better not mess with him because he's here. He's representing wrestling, and he's going to get in. We're going to get into that in about 15 minutes. But yeah, I better not smart off. He might put me like in a suplex or what they call that, the full Nelson. I did that in gym class one time. They yelled at me, "That's an illegal move." I don't care. He's not moving. I had him. I was a little kid. Who cares, you know? All right. Well, it is 61 degrees today. Supposed to get up to 74. Now that's not showing any rain. It rained to beat the band last night, didn't it?
Yes, it did.
Big time.
Oh my gosh.
Lightning.
No, we got that rain overnight, Jerry. I told you we didn't get any rain in Spina. We got the rain overnight, but like from the time we had our cruise in yesterday, no, not a drop.
Just about the time you was having that cruise in, it was pouring.
And Leesburg got
Yeah,
it.
oh yeah.
It
We got a
poured
good
rain
storm.
at all.
We didn't get a drop in the evening in Spina yesterday.
And then later on at night, it rained really hard too.
Oh, all last night, yeah. It woke me up a couple times. I was like, dang, this is rough. But yeah, tomorrow they're saying rain now. But now tonight we have the food truck rally, Knockwood. Supposed to be 4 to 8, but stay tuned. If it looks like, because my forecast on my phone, I follow WeatherBug, I still had like 30% chance of rain. So, but this one's showing just clouds. I like this one better. So do we go with that one or do we go with the WeatherBug?
Trust your gut feeling.
Well, and Rose Becker will be making that announcement here later. I like it. We get paid a little bit, plus we get eat. We DJ it.
Yeah.
I'm a guy. Have you ever seen the hearse with this
Yeah.
surfboard? That's me.
Freestyle wrestling, WL.
Sarah Gilbert, yeah. Oh, well, I thought she had another radio station on there. Like, no, we doing the other radio station. So, is Sierra Gilbert somebody you know?
Yes,
Wanna
that is
laugh now?
one of
How
my
about the
great
Browns?
parents there.
Oh, it's your parent.
Yeah, my teen mom.
Oh, one of your
Does a great
parents.
job.
Okay, great. Jeremy Gloyd.
Yeah, that's my assistant coach there.
Well, I just accepted
So
a
is
friend.
John.
I just accepted a friend request from Jeremy, I
Did
think,
you?
last
Okay.
night.
Yep.
John Hunt.
That's another one of my coaches. He's out of Hillsboro.
Wonder if his dad was named John Hunt.
You know, I'm not sure.
There used to be
You should probably know that.
well, no, there used to be a John Hunt when I was a little kid.
Mm-hmm.
He was a big, tall guy, and he always played men's basketball. You know, Bill, we talked about that before. You know how Sabine had
John's
men's.
tall, so that very well could.
And he was a nice guy. I think he worked at Mac Tool in Sabina. If it's the same John Hunt, if it is, great. If it's not, well, got to remember a little bit about John Hunt. All right, news today. I got a late start this morning, just because of my own fault. Today is Arbor Day. Did you guys know that?
Plant a tree.
Trees.
Plant a tree.
Plant a tree.
But problem with that, see that right there?
No green.
They're brown. I got brown thumbs. Brown. I do have one tree I planted in the backyard. It was just one of those little maple saplings that grows up around your house. And I thought, man, this thing's got some size. I'm gonna replant it. And by God, it's probably 60, 70 foot tall now.
No.
But the trunk's only about like that. It's not very big. So we'll see if it gets any bigger. Let's see, what else we got? Earnings season for stocks and all that's obviously being overshadowed by tariffs.
Oh, yeah.
So home sales had their worst March since 2009. Supposedly there's only around 4 million houses sold all over the United States in February, which sounds like a lot, but I guess that's not. It's not a lot.
Housing has gotten so.
Well, housing, I think in this area is still pretty hot. I mean, I don't. I think inventory, so that might be just different parts of the world or different parts of the United States. Russia, Trump is ticked off about this. I don't know a lot about it. The Russian strike kills 12 in Kiev yesterday. And Trump is like, guys, but both of them have got to stop. I mean, even, what's the other guy's name? Zelensky, yeah, he says he doesn't want to give up part of Russia they haven't had since 2014. It's like, if I'm Trump, I'm about ready to say, you know what, boys, you just fight her out, you know, and let the best man stand.
We'll have to leave NATO
We would have to leave NATO. Why?
because if they continue to fight, Europe will be brought into it. There'll be a strike on one of the European nations, and we're bound by treaty to defend them. So we've got to leave NATO so we don't have to do that.
Well, at that point, if they get that ballsy, then we get back in. But I'd say until then, figure it out. Of course, I'm a jerk on stuff like that.
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
need to leave NATO anyway. We need to leave the UN.
UN.
Yeah, they're both worthless.
Have you guys seen this? The Ice Bucket Challenge is coming back.
Oh, Lord.
Oh boy.
I
I
know.
went through that once.
Does that come with a martini or what?
No, but I've seen it a couple times online, and supposedly they're doing it for this Youth for Active Minds is the charity, and supposedly they've already raised $365,000, so good for them. Another headline: young people are ignoring the doctor. Speaking of which, we got my doctor coming in Monday, Rick. Well, she's a nurse practitioner, Dr. Tracy, nurse practitioner Tracy Kelly will be in on Monday. Then we got Chris Robinson coming in on Tuesday
I
next
saw
week.
that. Now, so they both need to know they've got to.
Chris knows already. I need to tell Tracy. Tracy said she's moving to Sabina.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if she said just she's going to live there, but the address she gave me is who my landlord is that I rent my office off of, and I don't think he's sold. So I'm confused at the moment. I'll try to find out later on
She'll
that.
probably still stay here in Wilmington and do business.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't think there's that much business in.
Well, but she's already got it established. If she can just get a lot of her patients to go to Sabina, it'd be a lot cheaper. Lyft to start using taxis. The Lyft, you know, the driving, they're going to start just using taxis to keep up with, what's the other one? Uber, yeah, keep up with Uber.
Part, Bill.
Yeah, it sure is. I was just want to
Turn sideways. There it is.
Now-
Right. Have a Ritz.
It has been forever since I've been to McDonald's. I mean, literally months. And which is odd because I used to go
I was
pretty
there
much all the time.
yesterday.
All right, so maybe you can tell me. Have they added a new menu item?
Chicken strips.
Yeah, McCrispy strips.
All I know is I got a large
Ran
coffee
through there this morning.
and a vanilla cone, and the vanilla cones are $2.39.
And he's got a free frosty
Isn't that
tag.
crazy?
He's got a free frosty
For these
tag,
little tiny
and he does that.
And I thought, never be back there again. But I just wanted a coffee. But then I thought, I'll get a vanilla cone. And then I saw when it came up on the board, $2.39
Wow.
for the cone.
And like 3 years ago, those were $1.
Well, and they were huge. I mean, you know, I could remember how, you know, you get the right person at the, you know, to make it for you, and it was really big. And I'm thinking, there's hardly
now
anything
you
in
see
that.
all the
It's like a
comments.
frosty now. Those mini frosties.
Yeah, out at the interstate, man, they always made a huge cone out there whenever you get one out
Yeah.
there. It's
Look, boys, if
There's
you
Elon Wall.
Elon Musk Walls. How you doing? If you guys want, I do this cruising at Chubby's every Tuesday. I might
Oh,
be,
down Blanchester.
I might be able to slide you a cone. I might be able to. So keep that in the back of your head.
Rex Carey's watching. Morning, Rex.
We got a bunch of new people. Well, see, that's what happens. See, a lot of people never heard of
We get
this
more
until we get a
wrestling
guest. Well, Sierra Gilbert, Clyde Finlay, Rita Wolf. Clyde came up last night to Fresh Pizza and Cream. Plus, we had Uncle Punky there last night.
It came up on my phone. I saw it.
Yeah, Marky. Marky Michael.
I didn't get in the house. I don't think I got out of the shower.
Oh, let's hear it.
7:45.
Yeah.
Well, I mowed, had flat tire on the mower when I pulled it out. And I thought, what the? And the time I messed with it and mowed, then of course I had to mess with that car. I got it out home now. So.
Why y'all keep calling me that?
Because you got 10 kids. That's what Elon has.
It's got 14.
Oh, Elon's got 14. You got to catch up, brother.
Oh yeah, you got 4 more to go, Chris.
So McCrispy strips, anyhow, are now at McDonald's, and that is a new permanent menu item.
Well, it's only permanent till they take it off the menu.
Have you had it?
I have not.
I've not had it either.
Probably $7.95.
I
Probably.
tell you what, McDonald's is not cheap to eat at anymore.
Not
What?
anymore.
That's like I went to Denny's the other night. They had this deal: buy one slam and get the next one for like $1. Well, I thought, cool, that's great.
Your evil emperor dude needs a mic.
Yeah. Do you really want that though? You know. Anyhow, he's the evil emperor.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: I didn't realize the slams were now like $12.95. $10.95 or $12.95. $12.95. So the second one for $1, I thought, well, I'm getting it at the same price I paid last time.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, wait a minute.
That's a deal.
His girlfriend has 4, so he's
Oh.
caught up to him. Way to go, Chris.
There you go. Elon, baby. Elon.
Wow.
His new car company is going to be Tushla. Instead of Tesla, Tushla. Well, you got some tattoo work. Is that,
Yeah.
is any of that from...
That is from Chris's shop.
That's from Chris's shop.
Yep,
Look at
this,
that. Throwing a shout
this
out
guy's
to
put
you.
that on there.
What you got on here? I see you got a bomb.
That's my old duty badge and
Yeah.
my Operation Cherry Bin.
What's that?
Tribute to my
MS-16? No, I'm just kidding.
Oh no. Don't get an immigration on me.
I'm messing with you.
And then, yeah. So,
Well, one guy they sent to El Salvador, he's got it tattooed right on his
Yeah.
fingers. MS-6. I'm like, what? Democrats, just keep digging that hole.
They
Just
got
keep
another one
digging
now. I just wonder what they'll come up with to defend him.
What's that? Oh,
The guy
another?
that
Well, they have a
just
second one that they
Hamilton?
ordered to be brought back.
Well, good. Let them order them. You know what? I think the judge that orders them needs to go down and get them. And I think the El Salvadorian president can laugh at him just as much as he laughs at the rest. All right. All
Calling you
right.
simple, Charlie.
thanks,
Dean's
Chris.
watching us this morning.
Huh?
Dean's
See
watching
Dean
this
on
morning.
Oh yeah.
Dean Thompson, yeah, big. Him and Jerry are a member of the Sasquatch Club. I better not say anything. You might be a member of that too.
I'm not saying. I might have the card in my wallet.
Okay, all right, all right. Last night, Cam Ward was the first pick in the draft, and Bill, I said on the show yesterday, I wouldn't pick him any pick in the draft. I mean, he's good because they say he's the next Patrick Mahomes and all that. But if you can't play for your team in the bowl game, no, you're
that's a
falling.
bad message.
You're falling from here, maybe to the bottom pick in the draft.
So, maybe Brian Callahan is looking at a standpoint, look what I did with Joe Burrow. Maybe he can nurture Ward along. I don't know. I just think there's question marks.
Are you
there.
surprised that Sanders is not going yet?
Yeah, I really am, to be honest with you, because I thought Pittsburgh would take him.
Mel Kiper, he's ticked.
Yeah.
Mel Kiper's like, look at all these quarterbacks that are same as Shadur Sanders, Tom Brady, and it just all this list of very good quarterbacks. And just because they don't quote fit the NFL mold, he's being cast out. Whoever gets him, they're going to be. I think Cleveland's going to get him.
I'm just going to bring it up. I think you make a valid point because obviously they're going to move on from Deshaun Watson. And
They've already said that, yeah.
Yeah, they're going to bring Flacco back this year. But that would not surprise me a bit if Cleveland wouldn't just go ahead and make that move and draft him.
I'd get him in there. The only thing bad they say about him, he needs to beef up a little bit.
Yeah.
So, but I think they ought to do it.
With what's going to happen in Cleveland, and they made a big move yesterday to move up in the draft, and then with what's going to happen with
No,
the
they
stadium,
went down in the draft.
They went down, but
They got
the way
more
that
picks.
They got more picks, yeah,
Yeah.
because they've got more holes to fill. But the point being, with them going to get a new stadium and so forth, and moving up there by the airport and all that stuff, I mean, Sanders, he kind of fits that.
Yeah. The word of the day, I'm just going to get that out of the way because it's the bottom of the page. If I don't, I'll forget. Is demurred. Is there any of your girls that you try to get in wrestling, are they a little demurred about it? That just shows reluctance to doing it.
Oh, sure. Yeah, we get a lot of them that like to come in and just see what it's all about before they fully commit. I mean,
Now, are they allowed to have long
traditional
nails?
ones, they're not. No.
I just wondered about that.
So, yeah, it makes it tricky around homecoming when they
Yeah.
get dolled up.
Because when's the high school season for? It's in the spring, isn't it?
No, it's November through March.
Well, that's good because
Yeah.
it's after homecoming and before prom.
So they need some of those press-on nails. Right?
Yeah.
Yes.
But
Yes.
our club team, we go year round.
Well, we're going
we
to talk.
hit prom and stuff.
We're going to talk more of that. We're a
Yep.
couple minutes late for break, but when we come back, now is there a name for the club? Just Wilmington Club, or
Wilmington
is
Ladies Freestyle Wrestling, or WLFW.
it Wilmington Ladies Freestyle
Freestyle.
Wrestling? And just,
Yeah. We
That
got
means they can
freestyle
pull their
club.
hair.
Yeah.
I'll say this to you now, just so you know, like when the time comes, or if you got some big events coming up, you're more than welcome to come back. This doesn't
Absolutely.
have
Good.
to, this doesn't have to be a one-stop deal.
Good.
All right, we'll be back in just a minute.
Indulge in a
usually-
variety of mouth-watering dishes, from juicy burgers and fresh salads to stacked sandwiches, delicious pizzas, warm soups, crispy fries, and finger-licking wings. Every bite is crafted with care using hand-grinded and breaded ingredients made right here in-house. Whether you're dining solo or with family or hanging out with friends, we have something to satisfy every craving. That's the Rusty Keg in Washington Courthouse, the best fries in town.
Forget the clown princes of basketball, the Harlem Globetrotters. There's a new all-star, family-friendly comedy polo team taking the sporting entertainment world by storm. The Equine Trots.
Bringing their highfalutin, high-kicking, mallet-swinging, horsey hijinks to an equestrian center near.
Forget the clown princes of basketball, the Harlem Globetrotters. There's a new all-star, family-friendly comedy polo team taking the sporting entertainment world by storm. The Equine Trots.
Bringing their highfalutin, high-kicking, mallet-swinging, horsey hijinks to an equestrian center near you.
I'm Amanda Martin.
And I'm Steve Burnett. Made up stories just like these.
As well as real news about what's coming to the Murphy.
Ohio's hometown theater in downtown Wilmington.
On the Murphy Report. News the way it's meant to be delivered.
In less than 30 minutes, or it's free.
The Murphy Report. Find us on the Murphy Theater website and our YouTube channel with a brand new report every Monday morning.
Amanda, my buddy Sam was recently tossed from his own horsey all the way across the arena, landed in a soft bale of hay right next to another horse that was already asleep.
Oh my, that sounds dangerous. What's his condition?
Stable.
The Murphy Report.
Remember, if it's news to you,
It's news to us.
Are animals using your house as their new home? Spring is around the corner, and so is birthing season for wildlife. Give us a call today if you are hearing noises in your attic or under your house. Here at Diamondback Wildlife Extraction, we can take care of your wildlife removal needs and repairs. Nuisance wildlife can be very destructive to your house, such as chewing on or through electrical wiring and much more. Call us today to book an appointment for inspection at 937-302-6372. We strike back.
Can't take it back.
Yeah.
Right to Life Shoe Drive, Saturday, May 3rd, 10 a.m. to 2, Dove Church, Wilmington, Ohio. Gently used or new shoes, any age or variety. And they're raising money for Right to Life, obviously. Now this Saturday is their Walk for Life. Saturday, I think it's 8:30 to 10. So, come out. All right, Jerry, you ready?
Oh.
Let's get personal. You guys can join. Let's get personal. Bill, we sang "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" with you, so you need to sing that with
Let's get
us.
personal.
Next time that comes up.
I was just thinking being like Harry Carey. That was a good idea. You know?
Sundays from 5. I caught a lot of heck
You
for that.
coming to our meeting this weekend, Jerry?
Sundays
know
from
about
5 to 8. With Dr. Jeffrey Schusler and Sarah Play Me Like a Piccolo Fife. Come and listen to how screwed up our young people are in dating and how all the girls think, I can save that boy, I can save him. It will happen today. No, it doesn't. Omnifiber is coming. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, Omnifiber may be in the house next week. So that means maybe no more lag. That means more game playing.
We can bring in live. Well, no, that means the game playing will go online.
No more game playing. Yeah, that would be awesome.
You almost slowed that by you.
I know.
On Saturdays only.
No. No, you will play some games with us later. Just one. Okay.
Yeah.
And they're fun though. All the guests like them. Even Bill. But Bill, you can't leave today before we play a game. You're staying till 10 today, right?
All right. Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Well, you stayed till 10 last week, and then you told me you had to leave early, and then you sat over there for the second hour. It's like, dude, you should have just stayed
He
on.
was sucking up to the evil emperor.
Ah.
Sometimes they need me to read the scripture reading for the 9 o'clock mass. They sent me a text that says, "Hey Bill, we have it covered. You're okay today."
Oh,
So then
okay.
I just hung around.
But you're okay today, then?
Yeah.
All right, good deal.
No. In other words, they need you to just talk.
Imagine that. Bill said he wasn't cut out.
Somebody over there knows who to pick whenever they need somebody.
Well, Bill said he wasn't cut out to be a preacher. Ding, 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 ding. You know what that is?
Mom wanted me to be a priest in my early days.
And I told you what that
Oh gosh, yes.
A life of celibacy.
I don't think that was in the cards for me.
All right, so
I missed that one too.
But now you got Buckeyes.
Scott is in the house. He is the girls wrestling coach, but he's also the club coach. I didn't know if you could do that.
I sure can. Yep.
No, I meant like, is there Ohio High School Athletic Association
Yeah. So
rules?
they changed it.
Okay.
They changed that rule. I don't know. 3
There
or 4
was
years
something
ago.
like
Yes,
that.
there
Okay.
was. Yep. In the past, you couldn't. A high school coach couldn't coach outside of the season. They changed that here, probably 3 to 5 years ago.
Okay, but you can do that.
I can do
Now, do you have any time where you're not like no contact?
No. Not anymore. Used to be, yes.
Used to be like a 10-day or 15-day period or something, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and then you couldn't coach at all for the summer. It had to be between November and March, but they've done away with that. So,
Hi, Charlie Hot Bread. Did Billy Thompson. Hi, Rick the Bill Thompson and Rick the Walker. Okay, Bill, how you doing? Hi to our favorite wrestling coach, Kelly King. You know wrestling?
I do,
Charlie.
yeah.
Wrestling
Our
is a
daughter
different
wrestles
sport.
He likes wrestling though.
I like them both.
I know, but this girls' team is not a wrestling team.
I
They're
know.
a wrestling team.
I know. Kelly
There's
King.
more finesse.
Kelly King. She used to wrestle as Dr. Frankenfurter.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you know the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Yeah.
Ask me about that sometime.
Okay.
Yeah. But anyhow.
Wasn't on Glow.
No, it was like on the Murphy Theater stage.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyhow, we're here now. So right now it's off season
Correct.
for high school. So, but now is this? You're gonna have to excuse my ignorance. Is this like AAU right now?
Yeah, sort of. But so there's a couple different styles. Your high school season's all what they call folk style. This part of the year, we do a lot of what's called freestyle and Greco-Roman wrestling.
So it's different.
It's a little bit different. There's a little different style, different rules. A lot of similarities though. And the difference is for the young ladies, once they get into college, it's all freestyle. So,
Right.
So we started this club to kind of help these young ladies prepare for college.
I gotta ask a question because I'm sure I'm not the only person out there. Can you give us just a quick thumbnail sketch what the difference is between the three different types?
I'll do my best.
Okay.
So for folk style, you're not allowed to lock your hands is one of the biggest differences. So you can't lock around the body once you're on the mat.
Oh,
So
even like that?
That's
like,
correct.
Oh, really?
So in freestyle, once you get to the mat, you're allowed to lock your hands and you roll them across their back, and that's points. In folk style, you have to hold them on their back for a count. So for 3 to 5 seconds to score any points. But in freestyle, all you have to do is roll them across, and you score.
You get a point.
So, yep, you get 2. So yeah, so there's a lot more scoring in freestyle.
Roll them from their belly to the back.
That's correct.
Okay.
Yep. And so anytime they cross over their back, you're scoring points. So a lot of different strategy to it as opposed to folk styles.
Now, is it still 3 counts or is it 1 count?
Well, for freestyle, it's all they have to do is roll across it. There is no count, period. They score. So
No, but I'm talking about like for a pin.
oh no, in the pin, as soon as their shoulders touch, you're done.
So
there's no count.
it's just-
for that either. That's correct.
It's not like big time where it's
No,
1,
no.
2. Oh,
Not quite as dramatic. Yeah.
One,
They don't
two.
have the dramatics with it. It's they once their shoulders touch, they're done.
they're done. So it's just that's why you only hear the 1
That's correct.
slap.
Yep.
And usually it's on the board too.
Yep.
In folk style, you wrestle to Jim Croce music. That's a great question.
Yeah. Thanks, Chris. I couldn't find those words. That's good.
I tell you, that's a negative.
It sounds like Chris may have been involved in some co-ed wrestling.
Yeah.
I think he's involved right now.
With 14 kids, he's been involved in some wrestling.
Yeah, I've coached a couple of Chris's kids. So
Have you really?
I sure have. Yeah.
Boys or girls? Did you coach boys at one time too?
Yeah, I did. Yes, I
Okay.
coached.
Which is easier? I know the answer, but I just want to see if you're going to be honest.
I like coaching the girls better, if I'm being honest.
Ding, 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 ding,
They
ding,
listen
ding,
a
ding.
little better. And,
Bullshit meter going off.
no, I'm serious. It's a heart attack. I love it. So I'll tell you, the boys, we've gotten so good in the boys wrestling that it's super strategic. So your scoring's not as high, and there's a lot of defense being played. And the girls, man, they get after it. It's intense.
Pull hair?
No, you're not allowed to pull hair.
Well, you almost have to at times.
It
I
happens,
bet.
yeah.
Yeah.
But not intentionally.
Right.
So, but we host the district tournament here in Wilmington for the boys, and we got what's called the blood round. If you win, you make it to state. If you lose, you don't. And so that's usually a really intense round. And this year, or over the past few years, you could hear a pin drop in there when those matches are going on. In contrast, the girls' district tournament, it's crazy. I mean, it's exciting. The intensity's just, it's real. So, it's a lot of fun.
Now, they still do the sit out.
Yes.
That is one of the moves you can learn.
Yep.
I used to be the master of that because I was always fat and big, and
Yeah,
no one could
me
get me
too,
turned
so,
over.
yeah.
So I just sat out and go for the tie. I didn't care.
Yep, that's right.
And the gym teacher was a little short, stubby guy, Mr. Collins. I still remember this, and he had to wrestle me first every time because I was the biggest kid in the class. And I started just doing that with him too. Every time he grabbed me, I just sit out. But yeah, it was interesting. Well, it's time for another break, and we're just getting started because we just learned a folk style right now, right?
That's right.
We've learned a little bit about freestyle, the difference, but now we really haven't talked about the Greco-Roman, right?
Yeah. So we'll talk
We
about
need
that.
to talk about it. Did you guys even know there was 3 different styles like that in high
I knew
school?
there's different styles. I know what they were.
But in high school, I figured it was just like one. You know?
Yeah. So for your high school season, there is just one.
And that's the folk style.
Mm-hmm.
But it's probably good to learn. What happens if they start doing some of the others?
Well, the Olympics are freestyle and Greco. So,
Right.
So if you want to further your career outside of college, on the men's side, you need to learn the other styles. For the girls, once you get to college, freestyle is all there is. So,
Okay.
you have to make that transition, and sometimes it's hard to do. So.
Kelly Mann, best coach, cares about every single girl on the team, listens and helps them learn. Man,
Thank you, Kelly.
So is she one of your wrestlers, or
She's
is she?
one of my wrestling moms. Yeah.
Oh, she was a mom.
She's a mom. Yeah.
She looked like she's about 10 in that picture. You need to update that picture
Might
there,
have been a
Kelly.
daughter. I didn't see it.
That Joe Burrow shirt on. All right,
Okay, yeah, that's Kelly.
we'll take. Yeah, she looks awful young in that picture.
Yep, she's a young mom. So got a good.
And you've already had
wrestling
her,
daughter.
but you've already had her kid, and well, great. Let's real quick answer this, and then we'll go to break.
Okay.
What ages are in your club?
So for club, we do pretty much any age. So we've got ones as young as 6, and we've had a couple of the college girls in the room this year. So
Really?
yeah, so
From Wilmington coming over?
Wilmington College. Yeah, we've got a young lady over there that's trying to get a team started. They don't have a women's wrestling team there yet. So if there's anybody from Wilmington College administration listening, it'd be a great addition to your sports program. You got a young lady there that is
It wouldn't be
really working
terribly
hard.
expensive, I don't think.
No, you already got your boys team there, so you got the mats.
You got the
and-
mats, yeah.
Yeah, the administration.
Just the transportation and those what do they call those uniforms?
Singlets.
Singlets.
Warm ups, yeah. So
All right, well, we'll be back here in just a minute.
Roller Haven is located at 1640 U.S. Highway 22 Northwest, Washington Courthouse, Ohio. The perfect place for a day out with the family, birthday parties, and even an organization event or fundraiser. Check out our website, rollerhavenwch.com. Or give us a call at 740-335-6481 and we can help plan your event. We look forward to seeing you there.
Labor analysts have done the math. If God used union workers to create the world, just how long would it take?
6 days and a day of rest? Hardly. Experts say we might still be under construction, but at least we'd be on more solid ground.
I'm Amanda Martin.
And I'm Steve Burnett.
Made-up stories just like these are what we're about on The Murphy Report, with a new report every Monday morning on the Murphy Theater website and our YouTube channel.
Plus all the real news about what's coming to the Murphy Theater.
Ohio's hometown theater in the heart of downtown Wilmington.
Hosted by veteran anchors Vanessa Del Rey and Breck Stone. It's news you might lose. But if you do, we'll find it, we'll pick it up, we'll roll it up, and we'll stick it back in your front screen door.
That sounds more like a newspaper, Steve.
This isn't a newspaper?
The Murphy Report.
Remember, if it's news to you,
It's news to us.
We are back, we are back, we are back. And I keep wanting to call you the sheriff, but now,
No,
are you
that's my
related?
brother.
That's your brother,
Yeah,
isn't
that's
it?
my
Yeah, that's what
brother,
I thought. We need to get him on the show too. And I've mentioned it to him a couple times, and he just ignores me. Like he's a sheriff or something. Like he don't have to pay
I'll
attention
put a
to
word
me.
in.
Yeah, give him a hard time. Tell him we're gentle.
Use the approach. I'll tell you what. Let's talk about your collegiate days when you played football for Mike Wallace.
Yeah,
You talk about one heck of a running back, 1,000 yards. He was. I'll tell you what. It took 3 kids to bring him down. The
he's a good
opposing
football
team.
player.
He was a great rusher for Mike Wallace.
Now, is he older or younger than you?
He's older. Yep.
He's older.
Yeah, he's an old man. I'm still young.
So how old is he? 70?
Let's see, he'd be 52, I think.
And you're 40.
49.
49.
I'll be 50 in a couple.
So you guys are pretty close.
Yeah.
You guys didn't fight any growing up, did you?
Oh man.
They wrestled, Charlie.
No comment.
Yeah.
They probably wrestled at that time, but probably went off the top rope.
And that was
everything else.
freestyle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Landing the big elbow. Did you watch WrestleMania?
This year?
Yeah.
No.
It was just on last week.
It's been a few years since I watched it.
Okay. I just wondered.
So, yeah.
Well, it's interesting. So,
Oh, yeah.
so. Now, so what kind of schedule do you run now with these girls through the summer?
So right now we're practicing 4:30 to 6 every Tuesday and Thursday.
Okay.
And we compete most weekends. We got this weekend off as a rare weekend off, but we've been to West Virginia.
Wow.
We've got a big tournament coming up later this season in Indianapolis. So we're wrestling a lot of national tournaments. We're putting the girls in some of the toughest tournaments we can find just to get them that experience on the big stage and get them used to wrestling those consequential matches. You got to put them in the fire, and we've certainly done that, and they've responded well. We've placed pretty high in about every tournament we've been to so far.
So you try to find competition might be a little stronger than you.
Yeah, definitely. That's one thing about it's a growing sport, so there's not a whole lot of big teams in this area yet, but we're trying to do our part to
So
build it
who
up.
all has women's wrestling in the county? I know Clinton Massey and you.
Massey, East Clinton. Williamsburg has a team.
Really?
Blanchester's got one young lady on their team. She's very tough, Miss Layla Sears. So she's a very good wrestler. Hope they build their program up, and we're bringing girls in from all over the.
You said Bellbrook.
Yeah, we got girls from Bellbrook, East Clinton, Clinton Massey, Miami Trace, Courthouse, Lebanon. You name it, we've got them.
Okay, let's say I got a kid gets in trouble a lot, and I'm like, you know what? This might be a good outlet for you to burn off some steam.
Absolutely.
So, and I want to put her in there just because I want rid of her for a couple nights a week. So, how much does this cost a parent?
Well, that's a great thing about our club. For our club, it's free.
Oh my gosh, people! There you go.
We started a nonprofit last year, and to be honest with you, myself and Jeremy Gloyd started this about a year and a half ago. It was more of a recruiting ploy to get more girls in the room.
Yeah.
But as we saw a need for area teams to grow, we decided, you know what, let's open it up. And I think we started out with 7 or 8 girls last year on our
Now you're up to
club
30
team.
some.
We've got about 30 to 35.
You practice at the high school?
We do, yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So, Jeremy, what's he do?
He works at R&L. He's a welder.
I think I know him, but I'm trying to figure out how. I just don't. Does he have an old car by chance?
I don't think so.
Okay, I don't know. I know.
Now, he's got several kids in baseball, and his daughter wrestled for us. She was a senior this year.
Oh, okay. She going on?
She is. Her and Larkin Grove both are going to Mount Union for us this year.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, give us something to do and go watch them in college. So that's been our goal from the beginning, is to give these girls opportunities to wrestle to next level.
Sure.
And so starting this freestyle club is something that helps prep them for the college.
You too, Elon. Have a great morning.
Hey, thanks, Chris. Appreciate your kind words.
Now, I lost my train of thought.
Well, while you think about it,
messed me up.
Like I said, it is free, so we pay for their uniforms, their tournament fees, any equipment they need. If they need shoes or headgear or any of that, we pay for that. We pay for travel, so we have an overnight tournament, which we have a few. We'll pay hotels. We make sure they're fed while they're there. So there's literally no cost.
How are you raising money?
So that's one of the reasons why I wanted to come on.
Well, tell
Thanks,
everybody.
Charlie.
No problem.
Yeah, we're a nonprofit. So we've been fortunate. We've gotten some support from the Eagles, American Legion, Walmart, State Farm with Kerry Ziegler and Thad Camp, and several others. If I forgot to answer or mention you, I apologize. But
well, next time you'll have your list.
Yeah, and we're
here's your reason to come back.
And we're right now we're raising funds, and we're also getting donations. We're going to have an auction online here in July.
Yeah.
So we're going to have some Browns signed stuff, some FC Cincinnati, a lot of the local businesses here. Yeah. Well, the Bengals have not committed to us yet, so I'd like to get some Bengals gear on there. So.
Browns?
Yeah. Hey, we got Browns fans in Clinton County.
Oh, I know.
We won't turn anybody down. We want all the donations we can get.
Heck yeah, I'll call Indianapolis. Indianapolis Colts.
Yeah. Yep. So.
Now, do you know that I think it's the second Saturday, I can tell you for sure, they have a sports card memorabilia sale out here at the fairgrounds.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know when your deal's going to be, but that would be a great place for you to advertise. And I'm sure Ryan would let you set a table up with all your stuff that you're going to auction off to show, But you may already have a wrestling tournament that weekend.
Yeah,
but maybe your moms or something could come out and run it. The next one is going to be May 17th.
Yeah, I got a big tournament that day.
So, but if you
no, I don't actually.
May 17th. It's right in that front building, and the guy to talk to is Ryan Briggs. You know Ryan?
I do. Yep.
So Ryan and because when's your auction?
That's going to be July. We're looking at July 7th starting it. so it'll probably run for, I don't know what the standard is. Sierra Gilbert is one of my team moms. She's kind of head honcho in that with Kelly Mann and some others, and so I'm fortunate to have these great parents around me that help do all this stuff. So.
Another thing too, before you do it, maybe send them on the show, and with some of the stuff that you want to put up for auction, we could show people.
Sierra,
we could show people on here some of the items. Maybe bring your top 10 items on there.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
And
I'll get a hold of you. And
yeah, we'd love to have it. Yeah,
okay, good.
That's our goal here, is just to help people in the community and help things out. So it costs a little bit of money to do all this. How much does it just get into how much are the tournament entry fees?
Well, last year it was relatively inexpensive because we had 7 or 8 girls. This year with 35 girls traveling, it's usually $40-50 an entry. So we're spending around $1,500 a weekend entry fees, and then hotels anywhere from $400 to $600. We try to group them up,
Y'all 4 or 5 of you staying in that room together.
And then uniforms, we just dropped $3,500 on singlets.
Wow.
Now, some of them did choose to purchase their own singlets, which is super helpful. But we never want finances to be a barrier to any of the young ladies to come out and wrestle. So
there you go, guys. I tell you what, there's no reason.
Yeah, we try to eliminate all reasons.
Unless you just don't like violence.
Yeah.
If you don't like, beating on people,
but, But who doesn't? I mean, most people deep down do like a little.
I like it.
Little violence. So.
God. That's why he's the evil emperor.
Yeah.
Anyhow, so, I mean, it is controlled.
Yes.
So it's not like you're going to be ripping hair out. It's not like what you see on TV. But one thing I've noticed lately on Facebook is some very bad sportsmanship, not necessarily with girls, but with guys in the wrestling arena.
Overall,
this guy, I've seen it so many times where the guy loses and he thinks he's going to win, then he just steps around and beats the crap, smacks the guy with his fist.
I would say it's not as prevalent as it looks on Facebook. They like to glamorize some of the bad behavior, but wrestling overall is a sport where there's a lot of respect and self-discipline, so it comes down to parenting and coaching as well, right? So it's a kind of microcosm of society.
It's like this new Bengals guy, I think the Bengals think they can create something with him. And you've probably seen, I was a teacher for 36 and a half years, and one of the things that you love to see and I was band director, so I got to see him 5th grade through 12th a lot of times, was the growth.
Oh man!
Isn't that cool when you see?
Makes it all worth
you remember how they started and they're doing. One of the biggest compliments was when I'd have kids that would end up learning how to play better than I can play on like my instrument. And
that's
tell you,
that's not a tall task for me. So most of these young ladies are better than I ever was, and at any level in my competition, but. It is like to your point. Man,
you live and learn.
You bring them in, and it's a new sport, so a lot of them never been around it, never seen it,
or they've seen it on TV.
Yeah, and I think most people would tell you we had a home meet. Our first year as a team was last year. Our first home meet. It was pretty rough. We took some butt whippings, but by the end of the year we had girls.
That's the way you learn.
Yeah, just. We wrestled some of the same girls in the district tournament and come back and beat the snot out of them.
So what's the most common move to pin? I mean, do you lift their leg still? And
yeah, so still your most basic stuff still works. It's not as glamorous. A lot of people are teaching a lot of fancy technique now, but a lot of this stuff's been around since the Romans started it.
Yeah.
And that stuff still works. So your double leg takedowns, your single legs, your
double leg.
Once you get them on the ground, just throwing a simple half works tremendously.
What do you think about the octagon, that fighting?
I personally like it. I mean,
it's bloody, isn't it?
It is. Yeah, it can get bloody. Yes. But I like the physical nature of it, and if you
they don't wear gloves either, do they? Or
yeah, they do.
Maybe a little thin glove.
8-ounce gloves or something like that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, but if you really dig down, most of your really good UFC fighters are former wrestlers. They bring in Olympic wrestlers.
That's what I was going to
their
ask you
camps.
earlier when I had a brain fart. Do you, and well, not with you, with the girls, but does the football coach encourage at least, or does he make it a requirement, like especially like if you're playing on the line, to be in wrestling as well?
So we've had some good support from the staff, from the football staff. We do get a lot of their boys into our room. It hasn't always been that way. Some of your coaches come in and they don't want their guys getting hurt, or they don't want them.
But that's the way you learn.
It is, yes.
Massey, I think, has always done that, haven't
Yes.
they? Massey, if you're going to be in football, you're wrestling too. And they, I tell you what.
Well, for your linemen, there's not a better
yeah,
sport to keep them or give them that footwork and hand-eye coordination.
All about getting low.
That's right.
Low man wins.
Yep.
Well, when Dan McShirley got the football job, you know, his real pedigree was being a strong wrestling coach up at Graham High School up here in Springfield. Yep.
All right, well, it's time to take a break. We'll be back. We will play some games at 9 o'clock, so hang in there, folks. And we'll come back. We really haven't talked about the Greco yet.
Not yet.
Let's talk about the Gecko wrestling.
Greco.
I know. That's just for fun. Go ahead. We'll take a break.
Are animals using your house as their new home? Spring is around the corner, and so is birthing season for wildlife. Give us a call today if you are hearing noises in your attic or under your house. Here at Diamondback Wildlife Extraction, we can take care of your wildlife removal needs and repairs. Nuisance wildlife can be very destructive to your house, such as chewing on or through electrical wiring and much more. Call us today to book an appointment for inspection at 937-302-6372. We strike back.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check the game is actually over before you storm the court. Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands.
A major shakeup in the pharmaceutical industry as Flintstone Vitamins taken to task for tasting nothing like Fred or Wilma.
And as for Pebbles, well, she's already a fruity breakfast cereal. Why dietitians and nutritionists coast to coast are warning us to yabba dabba don't when it comes to ingesting these chalky childhood chewables.
I'm Amanda Martin.
And I'm Steve Burnett.
Looking out for your health and well-being is just a sample of the kind of made-up news you can expect on The Murphy Report.
Earning the reputation as the mistrusted name in news isn't something that we take lightly.
In fact, most wouldn't take it at all.
And our efforts reflect that, with a trophy case in our lobby filled wall to wall with empty shelves.
Let the other outlets vie for trophies and your respect.
We're simply too busy making it up to care for such accolades, with a new report posted every Monday on the Murphy Theater website and YouTube channel.
The Murphy Report, with veteran news anchors Vanessa Del Rey and Breck Stone.
Remember, if it's news to you,
it's news to us.
Share the show, folks. Go down to that thing beside the comment, which for some reason mine's not showing up right now. Hit that little arrow and share the show. We do appreciate it. It's how we get viewership. And like I said, bring them girls back. Well, I tell you what, let's go to Bill now.
Yeah.
Because when we get done with the games, we'll still have a half hour. We can talk about Gecko Room and them.
We can skip the games.
No, we got to play the games. Bill's got a half a page here. Go ahead,
Well,
Bill.
it's Clinton County sports report, so to speak. See, Rick, I'm auditioning to be your sports reporter later on. There we go.
Good job, Bill.
Let's talk about baseball first. Clinton County baseball, kind of up and down this year so far. I've covered a few Wilmington games for the local paper and a couple of Massey games also. Felt for Massey the other day. They have Batavia on the ropes. Just could not put them away in the 7th inning. Batavia comes back, takes the lead, top of the 7th. Massey had a threat in the bottom half of the inning. If Massey could have won that game, I'm telling you, they would really be sitting well right now. But with Batavia winning, they clinch a share of the league title. Final score was 4-3, but you got to feel for the Massey kids. They put up a heck of a fight. They're 7-5. They will play, weather permitting, Miami Trace later today. And I'm going to tell you one thing, Miami Trace has really got it going. It's a heck of a program. Rob Smith has been there for several years, and congratulations to Coach Smith. He just eclipsed the record of 450 wins, and that's really a testament to him as his ability as a coach there for Miami Trace baseball. They are 11-1, as I say later today. They are scheduled to play Clinton Massey. I'll cover the game for the paper if we get a chance, if the game is in. They are 11-1. Their only loss was to Hillsborough, 8-2. Other games today, East Clinton is scheduled to play Claremont Northeastern. Wilmington High School is idle. They have a game tomorrow against Georgetown at 11 o'clock.
Bill, is East Clinton home tonight?
East Clinton is home, yes, against Claremont
5 o'clock.
I believe so, that is right. So I know what Huber will tell me. Mark will say, well, Bill, if that game's canceled, you go over to Lee's Creek and cover East Clinton. So I'll head over that way. Speaking of which, next Tuesday is going to be an inter-county matchup, and that'll be a real good one. East Clinton will be at Blanchester, and Blanchester, of course, pretty much the top team in the county this year.
East Clinton beat Hurricane, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. Came back and beat them something like 3-2 or 4-3.
Go EC!
Saturday games. Let's see, Blanchester's at the Highland. They're going to be at the Midland Baseball Complex down in Kentucky. They take on Highlands High School. As I mentioned, next Tuesday is an inter-county matchup, East Clinton at Bland. On my schedule, because I'll be up in Courthouse at Tire Discounters, I told Mark I'll try to cover the game, but if I do, it's going to be late. Wilmington plays at Goshen, and Massey plays at Western Brown. We don't give too much of a shout out to Bland because we really don't get a whole lot of involvement with Blanchester, but hey, hats off and congratulations to Braden Sipple, the new basketball coach for the Wildcats. I could sense last year covering some of the games. I noticed it sitting in the stands and then sitting where I normally do up in the perch there to watch how he interacts with the kids. And Coach Malott, you could see he was kind of making a transition. He was letting Braden talk more with the kids, and I could just kind of follow the dots. And I thought, Braden's going to be the next head basketball coach there at Blanchester. I like him real well. I covered some of his games when he was playing, and I really think that he is going to bring enthusiasm. We talked a little bit the other day, and when I congratulated him, I said, I'm so glad for you. He said, Bill, this is the thing I'm looking forward to. He says, Blanchester's program has been down. I'm going to make sure that we bring Blanchester basketball back. With his perseverance and his love of the game, I think he's going to relate well. He's got Tom Grieve as a mentor, and of course he played for Adam Weber, and Adam was one of the few coaches that had a winning record there at Blanchester. In fact, you go back in their history, Darrell Hollingsworth, the late Darrell Hollingsworth, had some success, and so did Phil Blankenship when Phil was there, and Mark Short, of course, won a league title. But Blanchester basketball, it's just always been downtrodden because it's pretty much a football school. But I really think that Braden's going to pump some life into that, and I'm just so thrilled for him. I think he will really put his heart and soul into it, and I think he can move that program, move the needle in a positive direction.
Sarah Gilbert says, come out and watch these girls practice, Mr. News Journal.
Okay. All right. I'll try and do that. That's one of my hobby jobs. Besides my regular job at TD, then I'm helping out Mark as a quote-unquote de facto assistant sports guy. So I'm helping out Mark as much as I can. Yeah.
There you go. Well, you got some good information today for a little article on the wrestling.
We got a good news article there, too. Yep.
So, okay. So now, is that all you have right now?
Just one other thing. We talked about.
I knew there'd be
one other thing, and it's a shout out because he's a local guy. We were talking about, Tom Brennan making the transition to being the morning host on 700 WLW. You think about it, there's only been 5 people that have been the morning show hosts on WLW since the late 1960s. Growing up, and that's what I wanted to do was get in the radio. So we always listened to JFPO, James Francis Patrick O'Neill. What a nickname, JFPO. He was the morning man for many years, I think through 83. Then Jim Scott came in. And when Jim Scott went to Wink 94.1 WWNK, a young man from Lynchburg, Ohio, stepped in for 2 years and was the morning show host at WLW. Of course, my protege, Bill Wills. I'm always fond of the fact he gives me credit for getting him started in radio. And then when Jim Scott transitioned back because they had to sell Wink 94.1, J-Corps had to break it up because they had a monopoly. Then they offered Bill the chance to go to Cleveland, and Willsie's been up there for 26 years as the morning show host on WTAM, and just so proud of Bill, and he's just done a great job, local guy from here in Lynchburg, Ohio. And he never forgot where his roots were. He always talks about the fact came from a small town, Lynchburg, Ohio, worked here in Wilmington for a while, for about 2.5 years, and then went down there as the farm director. He replaced Bob Ziegler, and then Ziggy left, as they called him, and he went back to Lima, and Bill was right there doing the farm reports and everything, and he was kind of like the backup show host. So then when Jim Scott left, it was natural that they elevated him. Then Mike McConnell came in after Jim Scott retired, and of course Jim just passed away from the ALS, Lou Gehrig's disease, and so now Tom Brenneman. So if you think about it, that's pretty prestigious, 5 people to hold down the morning show host on a 50,000 watt station like that. That's pretty impressive.
That is. Now, is there any truth that they're putting a new baseball diamond out there behind East End School?
Not that I'm aware of, no. I'm going to defer to Mr. Detweiler on East End, but all I'm going to say is hopefully before too long it will no longer be property of Wilmington City Schools.
Bill, I'm just doing a Jerry on you.
Hey, if people ask me questions, I respond. I am trying in my role as a board member I want to be open with people. I want to let them know what's going on.
Well, that's what you're supposed to be.
That's what I'm doing.
Not everybody's going to like the answer, but that's okay.
Right. I'm one of 5. I am the VP of it this year. I don't know if I want to hold an office next year, but I'm vice president, and I listen to people. Randy Milburn paid me one of the best compliments I ever had when I took over her spot to be on city council when I came back from being off city council and was on school board and then had a year of transition there. She said, Bill Lehrman listens, he does his homework. Yeah, I always keep a notepad, I'm always writing down things. But he follows up and does his research. And I told Randy that was one of the best things anybody ever said about me, because I don't just shoot from the hip. I try to get documentation, I try to follow up, and I ask questions. When I was on the other side, when I was not on the board, I went to a lot of board meetings and, hey, I need a couple minutes public participation. Why are you doing this? Why are you hiring this person? I asked questions. I was on the other side because that's the way I am,
Well, that's anybody that's going to run for public office. I would encourage you to go to that meeting, for at least 6 months. Before I ran for Sabina Council, I went for a whole year, just so I could feel like I was prepared.
Right.
And the first couple of meetings, they put me under fire, and half the people, my vote was a deciding vote on an issue, and I voted to keep the council and the town out of being sued. So I voted one way, but that made half the council mad. But I felt like I at least knew the issue. I wasn't going into it blind.
I think this will kind of permeate. This will kind of set the reason why I do the things I do. One of my political mentors locally was, I like the siren go by. Thank you. The late Bob Mead. Bob Mead and I had a great relationship, and he was on school board back at the time when they had the Smith Place School and so on and so forth, and was in the midst of shutting it down. But he's the kind of guy that I patterned myself after, and he listened to people and he listened to taxpayers. Not a lot of people have been able to be a city councilman and a school board member. Bob Mead did his job extremely well, and I really respected that man. I learned a lot from being around him, and I would ask him questions too, and he was the kind of person, he'd say it, and sometimes he'd even stand up at the council meeting. I'm not going to go along with this. I'm opposed to it. And he stood up one time in council and he says, sometimes you got to be the only one standing. Mm-hmm. And that's the way Bob Mead was. And I respected that man to know him. Bob was a very good councilman and a very good school board member as well. But, hey, I'll just say this. I care about the kids of Wilmington City Schools. I want our money to be spent properly. And the way I look at it is, that's why I speak out, and I know I've stepped on some toes of some local elected officials and some of the state officials as well. But I'm going to fight for public schools, and our kids deserve better. We deserve to have proper funding. We're playing by the rules. We dropped below the 20 mil floor on taxes. I don't want to get into that spiel again, but the state should hold us harmless. Problem is, 2/3 of the public schools in Ohio are below that 20 mil threshold. There's only so much money to go around. Well, you guys created the law, so you have to ante up. That's
that, or they just pass it on to the local people.
Right, exactly.
And that's normally what happens. Right. All right, well, look, hey. That was a good 15 minutes, Bill. Plus, I gave that gave Scott a chance to take a breather for a second. So, but we'll get him back on.
Yep.
Now, Bill, hang around. We're going to play our games. We can go 2-on-2 today.
Yep, I will stick around.
And it should be fun. We'll do that. Then we'll get back to, after the 9:15 break, 9:30 break, we'll get back to some more wrestling. But we got to know the difference between Greco-Roman wrestling.
Yes, sir. We'll get into it.
All right, we'll be back.
Indulge in a variety of mouth-watering dishes, from juicy burgers and fresh salads to stacked sandwiches, delicious pizzas, warm soups, crispy fries, and finger-licking wings. Every bite is crafted with care using hand-grinded and breaded ingredients made right here in-house. Whether you're dining solo or with family or hanging out with friends, we have something to satisfy every craving. That's the Rusty Keg in Washington Courthouse, the best fries in town.
City Council surprisingly votes 4-3, banning citizens from dressing up their puppies.
Mere days before the local kennel club's National Puppy Jamboree.
It's a canine conundrum.
And City Hall has blood on its paws.
I'm Amanda Martin.
And I'm Steve Burnett.
Feel-good stories we make up just for you every Monday morning, plus the latest on what's coming to the Murphy Theater in Wilmington, Ohio on The Murphy Report.
Your mistrusted name in made-up news.
The Murphy Report. Find us on the Murphy Theater website and our YouTube channel.
I don't know if you're aware of this, Amanda, but I dress up both of my dogs, Claire and Wally.
Let me guess. Bonnie and Clyde.
Nope.
Abbott and Costello.
Nope.
Mickey and Minnie.
Close. William Gibbs McAdoo and the first of his 3 wives, Sarah Hazelhurst Fleming.
Of course, the Treasury Secretary under Woodrow Wilson.
And his wife. The Murphy Report. Remember, if it's news to you,
let's get personal, personal. Let's get personal, personal. Sundays, 5 to 8 p.m. Come and listen to Dr. Jeffrey Sheffrey, Hot Dog King, Schusler, and Sarah play me like a piccolo fife for all your interpersonal relationship skills, how not to do it, and maybe how to do it. There's going to be 3 editions. We have the youth edition, we have the geriatric edition, and we also have the Sasquatch edition.
There's something about that youth edition doesn't sound right.
Well, the youth, 21 to 27.
Young adults. There you go, Bill.
Yeah,
you got it.
that's
Young adults.
There. Well, we've already said 21. Right to Life of Clinton County. Did these 2 go ahead? Like go together? Let's get personal. Right to Life. No, I'm just kidding. Shoe drive-through next Monday or next Saturday. Next Saturday, 5-3, May 3rd. Geez, screwing up here. May 3rd. There we go. 10 a.m. to 2. Dove Church. You got used or gently used or new shoes, they'll take them. You just go there, drop them off. And this Saturday, the Right to Life is having their Walk for Life. And I do have breaking news. The food truck rally is canceled for this month.
Darn.
So, all right. So there we go. Food truck rally is canceled for the night. When you get into this stuff, as far as canceling, you're never right. Half the time, half the people are going to say you're right, half the people are going to say you're wrong. It's like last night. It's raining everywhere. We were supposed to have a cruise in, and of course, just the threat of rain, people are going to come. And but hell, it didn't rain a drop in Sabina at that time of day. Now overnight we got hammered.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. We got some birthdays. Local birthdays, Travis O'Connor.
Coach.
And he's too vain to put how old he is. So Travis O'Connor's birthday. 83. Happy birthday.
Glad you said that, not
Travis. Here's another good coach in the area, Mark Detweiler. He's 58. That's your superintendent's brother, I believe.
Okay.
He's softball coach over at Leesburg for a while. Jaden Murphy. Jaden, she used to be a great basketball player at East Clinton. Plus, she drives demo cars, demolition derby cars.
Nice.
Yeah. Dave Hinman.
Yep. Pastor Dave. Yep.
Yeah. Zoe Hope is 25. Tina Howland, 62 today. Holly Grace, 48. Young Jesse Green, not old Jesse Green, is 49 today. And the beautiful Tiffany Lynn is her birthday today. You guys have any birthdays on your Facebooks today, you know of? No? All right.
Pastor Dave Hinman, yes. Good man.
Yep. All right. So now we do celebrity birthdays. And we make as a game, we just play high-low. All right? Usually,
With this and
usually,
I wish Deanna had a pipeline. She could tell me.
usually everybody like gets one guess before you guess again, but some people are rude and they just guess 100 times. But most of the time, everybody guesses.
I know who he meant.
I was not thinking Bill Learman at all. There's others that do that. No, there are others. Seriously, I guess you do it, but that wasn't the reason. Al Pacino.
Al Pacino.
78.
Higher than 78.
81.
Higher.
What'd you say?
I said 81.
Higher than 81.
I think, I'd say higher than 80.
Well, what do you think? Give me a number.
83.
Higher than 83.
86.
Just a little bit lower.
85.
85. That's right. Okay.
Wow.
Hank Azaria. He's an actor. You know Hank Azaria.
What he playing?
I don't know, but I can't believe. Why I didn't look him up? Because if I know him, everybody knows him. Hank Azaria. He kind of looks Italian, white guy, black, slick back hair. He's been in a lot of movies, guys.
No, let's say 71.
That's too high.
Well, somebody had to start somewhere.
No,
64.
Still a little high.
58.
Bracketed, 58, 64.
There you go, Bill. 60?
Just a little bit higher.
61.
61. Now, if you guys don't know this person, you just need to leave. Renee Zellweger.
All right.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Yeah, you guys know her. Renee Zellweger. It's funny, y'all know the girl that's an actress like that, but you don't know the guy.
53.
53 is low.
57.
Just a little bit high.
56.
56, there you go.
Tinoed up for you, Jerry.
I know we are. Jason Lee. Now I am going to tell you what this guy's in because I didn't know him either, but you will after I tell you.
Does he know any martial arts?
My name is Earl. That star. Remember My Name is Earl, the guy, and he's also in the Chipmunk movies. The guy who's like the brother or the dad of the Chipmunks.
Kevin Martin and Vicky are dueling ages.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jason Lee.
Jason Lee. Oh my God. God, I can't remember.
You know who I'm talking about, at least.
I think I do.
I have no clue.
My Name is Earl.
Oh, 55.
That's right. But Kevin Martin's on there. I was going to say, he knew that because he cheated. All right.
I did not cheat.
With an assist.
All right.
See, one of these uses Google, one uses Bing.
Rick likes younger people on this list, so here we go. Megan Fahey. I'm going to tell you, she's in The Bold and the Beautiful and is also in this White Lotus. That's real popular.
I thought about watching.
Megan Fahey. What I've seen of it, I've watched about it. Yeah. For this week, I don't know about next week.
Well, I think I know who she is.
Well, give me a guess.
43.
Lower.
38.
Lower.
37.
Lower.
34.
Just a little bit higher.
35.
35. All right, good. All right, the next two are sports people, so if you don't know them, shut up. All right. Tim Duncan. Used to play NBA, yeah. Tim Duncan, San Antonio Spurs. Not as old as you might think.
35.
Oh, no, he's older than 35.
58.
He's younger than 58, so bracketed.
41.
Higher than 41.
I'd say he's 46.
Higher than 46.
Well, then he's old.
No, he's not. 46. So you're telling our guest he's
49.
old. He'll get you in the suplex and throw you.
Steven says 7.
He'll throw you off the bar over there. 50 is just a little bit
Kevin
high.
Martin says
49.
$1.
There you go.
49. There you go.
There we go.
Hey, a $4 bet for me last night, 130. So put that in your pipe and smoke it. All right. Randy Cross, old Cowboy. Now we gotta let Rick guess first, because he is one of these. He's one of these people that's still a Cowboys fan.
Let's see.
Randy Cross.
Super Bowls of the Bengals.
Randy Cross. How old's Randy Cross?
How many, Charlie?
Who's your quarterback? The highest paid quarterback in the NFL?
The number one.
Dak Prescott.
Most expensive
Got him excited.
professional franchise.
Oh, I know. That's all you gotta say. The Cowboys.
Come on.
It's like flipping a switch.
Come on.
He's got a picture of Jerry Jones over his bed.
Oh, man.
Not Jerry. Maybe one of the cheerleaders.
How old is Randy Cross?
58.
Oh, higher than that.
Yeah, I'd say 64.
Higher than that.
For the 49ers, right?
71.
71. Ding, 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 ding.
Hey.
Good job, Jerry Bear.
Post something on Facebook. I saw there's been 3 posts now since the Cowboys last won a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to say this guy's name and I'm going to butcher it. But Bill
There was
Learman.
only 2.
What are you talking about?
You coming up with another one?
I said I had several that were sports. Here we go. Ready? But this is a Bengal.
Uh-oh.
But I'm still going to screw his name up.
All right.
Cedric Obagwahi.
Yeah, it's hard for me to say even too. I know you know.
Obagayi.
Jeez.
Was he a running back or what is he? Linebacker?
Yeah.
Must be really good,
Well, no, he still plays for the Bengals.
Oh, well, that explains it.
But so that gives you a little hint on his age too.
Trying to think of Dave Lapham. Let's see now. 37.
38.
37.
Younger than 37.
34.
Just a little bit lower.
Tease it up for Jerry again.
33.
33, that's right.
Yeah.
In memory today, people were born on this day that have since passed away. Ella Fitzgerald, a guy like Ella Fitzgerald, and the clown prince of basketball, Meadowlark Lemon.
Yeah.
So there you go. Now we play. I got 2 games, guys. I got Family Feud, and I've got Chain Connection. Being our guest, Scott, which would you like to play first?
Let's do Chain Connection.
Chain Connection, he says. What?
These are your games. We're down to 13 now out of 22.
That's not my fault. Here you go. Because usually they like playing. I can't believe our one girl didn't guess A today. Michelle. All right, here we go. Chain Connection.
Well, where's Jake Lindsay?
I wonder where he's at. Anyhow.
He was watching a while ago.
Fine.
Really?
Yeah, I was on
Jerry said he was watching on his. I don't know how. All right, I didn't see. All right, here we go. You get your choice. You can either pick your column, A or B, or you can go first.
Let's do column A.
Column A. So
Good choice.
now you get to pick your teammate. You can have the Evil Emperor, Jerry, or Bill.
I'll go with Jerry.
Everybody goes with Jerry.
Well, he's gotten all the age answers right.
That's true. Yeah.
And we
All
didn't
right.
tee him up
After
for
it was
it.
always set up.
Yeah,
Bill?
yeah.
All right.
Don't be
So,
lying to me today.
so Bill,
All right, Bill.
Yeah, my defensive strategy.
Don't,
Yeah.
Bill, do not help them.
Bill and the Evil Emperor are partners. Here we go. All right, and they go first.
And if you guys need any help, just ask me. I'll give you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bill Learman tactic.
Scary M.
Movie.
Scary movie is right. Movie T.
Trailer.
Is that what you want to go with?
Theater.
Okay, theater's good.
All right, here we go.
So it must have been trailer.
Column A, here we go. Quarter
Back.
B. Well, let me give you the
Oh,
letter.
sorry.
You're right, too.
Yeah.
Quarterback. Very good. Quarterback.
Pretty good.
And Kevin Martin will go, that one won. Okay. Here we go. Back S.
Back S.
Yes, sir.
Back street.
Yeah, Backstreet Boys.
Back street. Back slide. Back street.
Back street.
All right.
Sorry, Jerry.
Here we
That's
go.
all right.
Movie T.I.
Chicken.
You gonna go with that?
Yep.
That's right. Movie ticket.
All right.
Ticket C.
Ticket C.
Sometimes they'll come on and give you help too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Ticket-
where's my Michelle Thibault?
Yeah, she's not on right now. Ticket C. McDewine's at the NRA annual meeting in Atlanta. That's Mike's cousin. Ticket C. We'll give you the clock. You're stalling.
I'm trying to think of something.
I got no clue.
5.
Ticket card?
Is that what you're going with?
Well, yes.
All right, here we go. Back SC.
S what?
C.
Ooh.
You get some hearing aids, brother.
Alright.
Back SC.
Tell him to enunciate.
Is that what you're going with?
Sounds good. Let's
All
go
right.
with it.
Back scratcher.
I'll give you that. It's back scratch, yes.
Yeah.
Back scratch fever. Or no, that's calf scratcher.
This is it.
Okay, so scratch O.
Off.
Yeah. Scratch
Sounds
off.
good to me.
Scratch off. That is right.
Good, Jerry.
Okay. Off H.
Offhand.
Sounds good.
Offhand.
Offhand is correct. Man,
All right.
they're rolling, folks.
Well, they took A.
And Bill's not saying anything. That's a plus.
Hand W. I could lead you the wrong way, but I'm not going to.
Hand wash.
Yeah, there's several that could be.
Yeah. Hand wave.
Where's the clock?
How about
Not yet. You gotta give
wash.
us
Yeah. Let's go with hand wash.
hand wash. That's a great answer. All right.
Come on, Bill.
So we got ticket C O.
Well, that's helpful.
It is.
I think Charlie would get this one if he didn't have the answers.
I play these before I put them down here.
Did you get that one?
Actually, I did better on column B than I did column A.
Ticket CO.
Yeah,
Did you get the answer to this word?
yeah.
I figured you would.
Yep.
I would say something, but it would give them a hint, so I'm not saying nothing.
Ticket count.
Ticket counter. So which one we'll go with? That is correct.
I figured it'd be ticket
Thanks,
cost.
Way to go.
I figured it'd be ticket cost. I hear it complain.
No,
Well, that's Charlie.
Yeah.
$35. $35.
it's too much. Too much. Count, and I'm just going to keep saying it now since I got called out on it. Counter C.
Counter C.
Yep. Counter C.
You gonna play today?
Huh? I'm not. You guys are the team.
He's
here.
on my team.
Counter C.
My brain just.
I don't know. But you need to oil something in there because some of them wheels are squeaking.
Oh.
Counter C.
Yep.
What's the second letter?
You'll find out after you miss this time.
I give him the clock.
Give him the clock. Nah, not yet. I gotta give him a couple more seconds.
Wind it up, he says. Wind it up.
Counter C.
Clockwise.
Ooh, that's a good guess.
That is a good guess.
Well, but that's CL.
That's true. It's
So
CF.
it would have to be like counterclockwise.
That's right. You're the second letter on the
All right.
So counter what?
It's
I've just given the first letter, right? Yeah. 5 seconds. 4 seconds. 3 seconds. 2 seconds. 1 second.
I got some messages on Wilmington Community Broadcasting. I thought he couldn't do that.
Well, I don't know. All right, here we go. You guys ready?
I'm ready.
Your last one was hand. So hand, and you said hand wash, which was a good guess. Hand, W-A.
Wave. I'd say
Yeah, go with that.
wave.
Wave is correct.
All right, way to go.
Is this for the game?
This is for the game.
All right, Scott, here we go.
You got it.
Wave B.
Mm.
Wave back. No.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Excuse me.
Wave beater.
Wave beater. That's those
Good, that
white
you want to.
t-shirts, isn't it?
Good wave back.
So much for that.
Yep.
All right,
All right,
let's lock it up.
Bill
We got a
and
little
Rick.
bit of breathing room here.
All right, here we go.
Second letter. C.
C-U. Counter C-U.
C-U.
Yeah. And it makes sense. This isn't a stretch.
It's easy for you to say. You've got the answer.
It's true.
Yeah.
Why didn't play the game first? Don't tell them if you know.
Nikki Kendall, come on. Counter C-U.
Pleading for help from the audience.
She'll come through for me. The clock doesn't start for another 2 minutes.
I'm gonna get you a counter, and you can hit that
Yeah,
baby.
one of those little things he's
We'll
got
get
on
some.
We can do, yeah, that's all we need is like a little
Yeah.
Something like when
sand.
you play chess, you know?
And it won't be a
Start
3-minute
the
egg timer either.
clock.
5, 4, 3. Counter CU. Bill, this is the quietest you've been. 2,
Stump me, I tell you what.
1. All right, here we go.
Uh-oh.
He's like the Browns brain trust.
For the win.
30.
Man, that is low. All right, for the win, Wave BR. Just offhand remark while these guys are looking at that. Did you guys see where I think it was Lulu Jones is like is her name, died?
Oh, hee-haw.
Yeah, from Hee Haw, Lulu.
BR.
549. Somebody said wave by on there.
Yeah,
Come on, Scott.
Not at all.
Yeah, it's wave BR, Bruce.
Start the clock.
Oh, jeez. Wave
Get our
BR.
answer.
Yeah.
Wave break, wave.
Breaks.
And we get our third
Not
letter.
as good as I
Yeah, wave break.
Wave. I'll give it to you for the win.
What do you mean?
Wave break. Well, it's wave.
Protest.
Wave breaker.
Appeal.
Yeah, that's
Wave
what he
breaker.
said.
Appeal.
Yep.
Appeal.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Let's see if we can fill out Rick and Bill's.
Culture.
Yeah, counter culture, right? Culture S. Lehrman should get this. Culture S.
What has he got today?
He got crap today, but he should get this.
Counter
Man, he
crap?
should get.
Is it counter crap?
He should get the last one.
Culture.
What's the word?
It was counterculture. Now you're culture S.
I think of Bill and S. Culture sport. Culture.
It goes with the word. You got to think of what word starts with S. It goes with culture.
That's the way the game's played, Charlie.
That's what I'm trying to explain. I'm trying to help.
But when you have these suck-ass games,
This is a great game.
Culture.
You've even been laughing during it.
I think we're going to start playing Red Rover.
S-H.
Counter show.
No, it's culture. S-H.
Culture S-H.
Shock.
Culture shock. There you go.
Okay.
Now, no one say a word until Bill Lehrman gets this one. Shock A. Don't give me that look.
You only got 35 minutes, Charlie.
You deal with this every day. Or at least 5 days a week.
What is it? Shock what?
Shock A.
Shock.
Usually deals with them in
Shock
groups
and
of
awe.
4. Usually deals with them in groups of 4.
Oh,
Shock absorber?
Sometimes, yeah, shock
Oh,
absorber.
bingo, yeah. There you go. Shock absorber, okay.
All right, there you go. I knew you could do it. I knew I could pull it out.
It's a terrible column, Charlie.
Hey, I didn't pick the column.
That's true.
Somebody else
You
picked the
didn't get a
column.
chance.
All right, real quick, because this won't take long.
What?
This won't take long. The Family Feud. This is funny. They asked 100 married women. I'll be looking.
Oh,
I see you looking over
I
here.
can't read.
100 married women.
100 married women.
Right up on
If you were to buy and
Jerry and I are experts on this.
Yeah.
okay, you heard that.
Evidently not.
You heard that. Jerry and Rick are experts on this. If you had to buy an animal print Speedo to match your husband's package, what would it be?
A mouse.
Mouse? Wait a minute, you guys got the first 2.
Elephant.
Mouse is number 7, I'm sorry. Elephant's number 1.
I always pick the number 1, Charlie.
Yep. So what? We got 5
Come
more.
on, Jerry.
I got one of them.
He got mouse.
We've been married 8 times.
A cheetah.
Yeah, 4 each. Cheetah is not on there.
Okay.
Couple in that family though.
A lion.
Lion is number 3.
Giraffe.
Leopard.
Giraffe.
Giraffe is not in there. Not a leopard.
Well, Peanut's not an animal.
God.
A bird.
No.
No. Okay.
An animal.
A bear.
Come on, Bill. Jump in here.
No bear.
You guys have mentioned things I thought of.
A butterfly.
Wow.
No.
You guys are hopeless.
Let's see. A raccoon. A squirrel.
You said tiger.
Squirrel.
Tiger, that's number 2.
Oh, okay.
Elephant, tiger, lion.
I'm thinking some of the off-the-wall stuff.
And then you got, huh?
Michelle Tebow says snake.
You know, I figured snake could be on there too, but it's not.
About horse.
Mamba. A mamba.
Not a horse.
Snake don't make a footprint. Michelle.
Yeah.
Wow.
3 left.
A monkey.
No.
Oh my.
Think kind of like an elephant, but not quite that big.
Yeah. Well, if it was a man.
Hippo.
Hippo.
Yeah.
It's all about the girth, baby. All right, got 2 left.
This one's all yours, Bill.
If this was guy.
Bill, this one is close to your name.
Oh, gosh.
Close to his name.
Yeah.
His first name or last name?
First.
Bull?
Bull.
There you go.
Mess with the bull, you get the horns, baby.
What is cow print? Neon. What
Then
are these?
there's the last one here.
So,
You know,
What'd you say, Rick?
if it was the. If
Rick got it.
well, it was Tilly that got it.
Was
wasn't
A
Dog.
dog.
Dog, yeah.
Well, you know, if this had been guys guessing the women's footprints, I'm sure somebody had said it was camel.
Oh,
But I,
that's true. Woman's footprint. It is time to take a break. When we come back, Bill Lehrman forgot something. Imagine that with the FFA.
Yeah, we'll go back
So
to
we'll do that when we come back, and then we're going to talk more wrestling. But we're finally going to get into some Greco-Roman wrestling.
They do that in the back.
Roller Haven is located at 1640 U.S. Highway 22 Northwest, Washington Courthouse, Ohio. The perfect place for a day out with the family, birthday parties, and even an organization, event, or fundraiser. Check out our website, rollerhavenwch.com. Or give us a call at 740-335-6481, and we can help plan your event. We look forward to seeing you there.
Are animals using your house as their new home? Spring is around the corner, and so is birthing season for wildlife. Give us a call today if you are hearing noises in your attic or under your house. Here at Diamondback Wildlife Extraction, we can take care of your wildlife removal needs and repairs. Nuisance wildlife can be very destructive to your house, such as chewing on or through electrical wiring and much more. Call us today to book an appointment for inspection at 937-302-6372. We strike back.
Donuts. getting a makeover, and a name change.
It's every baker's nightmare. Buckling to the snowflake social media pressure, America's tasty glazed treats will now be known as doughy, emotionally compromised yeast rings.
I'm Amanda Martin.
And I'm Steve Burnett.
Why wait for real news when you can get all the made-up news you need?
Along with the facts about Ohio's hometown theater, the Murphy.
On the Murphy Report. Find us on the Murphy Theater website and our own YouTube channel with a brand new report every Monday morning.
I have tried so hard to cut back on my daily doughy, emotionally compromised yeast rings intake.
Really, Steve? No one has noticed. And I mean no one.
The Murphy Report. Remember, if it's news to you,
it's news to us. City officials forcing a local beloved mascot to step down.
Why poor timing and inappropriate behavior doomed a pantless Wilson the Weasel following his drunken performance at the late Judge Garrett's funeral.
There was nothing routine about this routine.
A story we are dedicated to getting to the bottom of.
I'm Amanda Martin.
And I'm Steve Burnett. These made-up stories and the latest real news from the Murphy Theater are what you've come to expect from us.
On the Murphy Report, with a new report posted every Monday morning on our Murphy Theater website and our Murphy Theater YouTube channel.
Full minute-to-minute coverage all 21 hours a day.
With veteran news anchors Vanessa Del Rey and Breck Stone.
Amanda, I have to say Vanessa and Breck are just about the two finest anchors in the business.
For once, you're absolutely right, Steve.
I think the Titanic could have learned a thing or two from these two giants in their field.
What am I missing here?
Anchors.
The Murphy Report.
Remember, if it's news to you.
Shoe Drive, May 3rd, 10 a.m. to 2, Dove Church parking lot. Bring your used and gently used and new shoes. I keep on saying gently new shoes. There probably are gently new shoes there and gently used shoes. Dove Church parking lot, Saturday, May 3rd, 10 to 2. Speaking of Dove Church parking lot, no food rally tonight. No food truck rally. But I did get a thing from Robo Pizza. Robo Pizza will be open tonight, and they got a deal going.
This at the house?
Yes, they'll be open at their house tonight. It's, oh, sorry, I probably did that. Let me look that up real quick. It's back here across from the cemetery. Yeah. You just drive back here and you'll find it. Rachel and I looked for it the other day. It's on the left.
What time they gonna be open?
Well, wait a minute. Let me get to the post here. Give me a second there, Jerry Bear.
Time's up.
Let me see. Where's it at? I got so many messages on here, and all of it's just so important. All right, here we go. Now, let me put my glasses on so I can read this for you. This week, we are having a special promotion for our first year of being open. I have attached the details. It's Robo Pizza's first birthday. We'd love to celebrate with you. To mark this wonderful occasion, we will have 3 drawings for a $50, $25, and a $10 Robo gift card, along with a Robo merchandise gift box. Each item ordered is an entry to win. We will be on Norman Street Friday and Saturday from 5 to 8. So even though the food truck rally is canceled tonight, you can still go over to Robo Pizza and get you a pizza there if you want. I'm going to tell you what.
And which one should they get, Charlie?
I'm going to tell them. I'm glad you asked, Rick. The garlic cheese pizza. Have you had the garlic cheese pizza? Oh my God.
Good. Huh?
Oh my God. It's good. It's just like garlic breadsticks.
I might have to go get a pizza tonight because I stay in town all day today. So
5 o'clock.
That's just about right because that's about what time that their grandma picks up the girls. So that'd be good.
That'd be good, yeah. Plus, we're going out today to the senior center, the Aging Up Center. Bill, you should go out there with us one day.
Charlie,
$5.
We call it the old folks home, Charlie.
Aging Up Center.
I guess I qualify on that. Yeah.
You gotta be 50 or older. You're almost there.
Close.
You're almost
In
there.
a couple months, I'll be.
But today they got potato soup, fried bologna sandwiches, and other stuff. Who cares about their stuff when you got potato soup, fried bologna sandwiches?
There you go.
$5.
Otherwise known as hillbilly dip.
Is the fried bologna sandwich as good as the ones up at Waldo?
I don't know, but if you want a good fried bologna sandwich, you got to go to Fresh Pizza and Cream
Oh, okay.
in Sabina.
I'll take you up on that.
Go on Thursday evening.
And you could come. Yeah, you could be on a
Sounds like
show.
Charlie's gonna buy.
Yeah.
No, I ain't buying shit. But anyhow,
Joe
he could
might.
come.
Joe might.
Yeah, Joe probably buy you an ice cream. Seriously, Joe Holden.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah, Thursday nights we're up there 5:30, 6:30. All right, Bill. So you got something from the FFA?
The FFA banquet a couple weeks ago, I didn't have a chance to talk about it a whole lot last week when I was on, but I want to say one thing. Matt Yonker's doing a great job. He's in his first year leading our program, and he's just flipped the script with that program. It was kind of downtrodden, but really brought it back up. The banquet, of course, you want to see the kids get the recognition, don't get me wrong. Some people felt like it was a little bit too long because even with the meal it was close to 3 hours, but you know what? When you've got these young people excelling the way that they are,
Well, that's eating
it's
too, right?
great. I'm telling you what, it was a great late afternoon. They started at 3:30 and we got it done just a little bit after 6 o'clock, something like that. I was fortunate from the standpoint he did let me speak a little bit to the kids, and I related about my experiences.
That's
working
one
with
thing.
No wonder it was 3 hours.
I only spoke, no. I can tell you this, I only spoke for 3 minutes because I had Deanna time me. We presented the Learman Family Scholarship Award, and that went to a young lady, Sydney Bennett. She's done a great job with the program. Yeah, she's a very good one. And past state FFA degree winner and so forth. But, I was just relating to them just how much agriculture is important. And FFA, let's face it used to be Future Farmers of America. Now the moniker is just the FFA. But it's the experiences they do that's going to help them later on in life. And as I told him about my experiences working with Ed Johnson, he took pride in that blue jacket. I told him, don't ever lose that blue jacket. It means so much. And I remember that Ed used to talk about the fact he'd take it with him. He'd get it dry cleaned every now and then. But whenever he went out to speak, they'd introduce him. But right before he'd go up on the stage to speak, he put that FFA jacket on. He was so proud of that FFA jacket. And, it really is. It's the greatest youth organization in the world. It really is. Just the kids that, they can learn by doing, and you're giving back. It's just, what it embodies is just so great. But our FFA program's in great hands. They have the state FFA convention next week up in Columbus. We have some young people that's going to be up for some awards and also for the state officers and so forth. But, some of the top participants we have, Sydney Bennett, as I said, Tyler Curry, Abigail Early, Luke Johnson, Haley Lane, Kenzie Parker, and Hannah Scott. I mean, it's great to see these young people that are enthused and really want to try to contribute, and they love the competitiveness. You can tell that, when they're out selling their strawberries or their fruit or whatever it is.
I think Abby's running for office.
Gary,
Yes, she is.
here's the $20 I owe you.
Huh?
Here's the $20 I owe you.
Okay.
It's on camera.
Yeah, there you go. Official. But FFA is just a great organization. FFA and 4-H and so forth, and just to see all those young people, it was great. Is there a smudge on it?
There's almost $400 worth of motion picture money.
Yeah, it's motion picture money.
Oh.
That answers that question.
It looks real.
Let's see that thing.
But maybe what we could do is get Matt in here and maybe bring a student or two with him, perhaps later on. That'd be neat to have that.
Yeah, sure would.
Especially if she wins a state office.
That'd be great.
I went up to
She'd be a good
state
leader.
with my granddaughter that 1 year, and man, I'll tell you, that's something to see.
It is.
Yeah,
It's great.
it is.
If that don't get your heart pumping,
Oh, yeah.
nothing will.
Yeah.
Is that the ones Rachel brought in?
Yeah, it's
all motion pictures.
all motion
They're
picture.
building leaders in that.
That's
It
right.
does look
It
real.
does look real.
Yeah,
I
it
think
does.
technically it's probably still illegal. I don't think you can have something that's that.
No, it does look real. Look at that. For motion picture purposes.
Oh.
That's what Jerry's getting paid back with.
You see money laying in the bathroom.
Oh yeah,
No, that was a good thing,
Ding,
Rachel.
ding,
that you-
ding.
it does look real.
Anyway, but it's very, anyway, I don't know whether that was the college or not. I could tell by the fact that it was very thin. And we don't have the.
Some people's skin.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But seriously, not just Wilmington, but also a shout out to Blanchester,
Wow.
East Clinton. I know Clinton Massey runs theirs through Great Oaks and so forth. But telling you this, man, FFA is the greatest youth organization there is. and you don't have to be a farmer to be involved in the FFA. That's the other thing about it too. It's just a great organization. I love it.
Almost as good as marching band.
Yeah. Yeah, marching band too. There you go, Charlie. I'd agree with that.
I hear you.
FFA and marching band.
There you
Be
go.
involved.
And band. There you go. There you go. And wrestling.
Yep.
We got a lot of marching band girls on our team. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
I mean,
A lot of tuba
like,
players.
I don't know.
Tuba players
I'm
and
not sure
drummers,
what all they
probably.
play, but we got some good ones.
Piccolo.
Yep.
That'd be easy.
Yep.
Add the word copy in here. Man, that is so close that it ain't funny.
Whoa.
Not good.
How close that is.
It's that
Yeah.
thing. I read that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
use them for movies.
Man.
Well, I think that you probably could present that for purchase of something, not the 50 maybe, but of course I don't know whether they checked them all.
Chubby's Pizza one time had a bill passed like that.
Well, you know, if they're taking money real fast,
Right.
that can zip through there.
Yep.
Yep.
We're $17.60. Here's 20. Okay, thanks.
That's true. That's true. So let's talk about a little Greco-Roman wrestling. What is Greco-Roman wrestling?
Well, that's just another style. It's
What's the
also an
difference?
Olympic sport. So the difference between Greco and the others is there's no leg attacks. So kind of the staple in folk style and even freestyle is a good takedown leg attack. In Greco-Roman, it's all upper body. So a lot of throws, a lot of big moves.
A lot of locking arms
up.
and heads.
Yep, a lot of lockups from the top and just throwing them suplexes. It's probably closer to your
Big time, yeah.
WWE. So I'm not traditionally a Greco-Roman athlete. We got Justin Stevens from Miami Trace come down and help us out this summer. So he's on our staff and he's done a great job of getting the girls acclimated to that. We took them to a tournament this past weekend, had several of them qualify for the state tournament, along with freestyle.
In Greco-Roman.
We did, yeah. So he's doing a great job there.
So no legs basically are involved.
No legs
It's
at
all
all.
hands and
Yep.
arms and.
And so me not being super familiar with it, our first young lady that went out and wrestled, I instructed her to push back on the legs a few times, and we almost got her disqualified.
DQ'd, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm learning too. So it's a big learning curve for me, and thankfully we got Justin.
Seems like that'd be harder.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Got a lot of upper body strength and.
So you can pick them up and still slam them.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Now, can you like put them up in what do they call that? Like you can flip them up on your shoulder and hold them up above your head, like big time
I
wrestling.
suppose you probably could.
What's that called?
A
But you can't
suplex.
drop them then.
Yeah, you just
You can't drop to your butt.
fall back with them.
You can fall back.
Yeah, you can throw them up over your head. I mean, it's head, feet over head is a higher scoring move. So, yeah. And the other styles, you can't go. Well, I guess in freestyle you can, but in folk style you can't. Feet can't go over the head, but in
Okay.
freestyle,
It's interesting.
yeah. So I did want to mention we've got John Hunt out of Hillsboro that comes up and helps. Justin Stevens out of Miami Trace, and then Jeremy Gloyd, of course, he helps me with the high school team as well. So yeah, Power Drive, yeah.
Is that what it is? Power drive?
So yeah, we got a great staff there. They do a good job working with these girls, helping spread the word, across not just the county, but Southern Ohio really is what we're
Right.
concentrating on building up.
Right.
So.
Do the seniors on their last match, do they leave their shoes in the ring?
We haven't had that, but that does indicate retirement from the sport. So our hope is that most of them will
Go on to
go
college.
on and compete in college, or even so our high school girls, we like for them to compete in our off-season stuff. So I mentioned Bella earlier. Earlier. Yeah.
Yeah.
She
say that 3 times fast.
So that's a throwback to FFA. She's been a great officer for the FFA there at Wilmington, and she's been a great leader on our team as a senior, and so she's been out doing some summer wrestling with us too in her transition to college. So yeah, she's been a joy to have in the ring. Good character wrestler. So.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Another question went in and out of my head that quick. You got any meets at home?
Not in the off season. That's something that I hope to change for next year. You know, obviously I got to talk to Troy about maybe bringing a tournament to Wilmington. We do have the numbers, so I think we could pull a good crowd. But
It'd be a good fundraiser.
Yeah, in the wrestling season, the school season, we do several home events.
Right.
And in fact, we had one here at the Murphy Theater this year. Cindy Running helped put that together.
She was on the show.
Yeah, and she did a great job with that, and we're going to do that again this year.
So's your boys wrestling coach. He's been
Kelly.
on the show several times.
Yep. Kelly does a great job. He's really done a good job with that program. The boys side helped me get this girls team off the ground.
So, say someone has a young lady who is a littler gal, 6, 7, you know, like the ones we're talking about, and they're real bad about body slamming their little brother or their big brother. How would they get involved in this?
All they got to do is show up on a Tuesday or Thursday from 4:30 to 6, and we'll get them outfitted. If they first, we'd like them to come and practice a couple times to see if they like it. If they're going to stick around, we'll outfit them with all their gear, and we'll get them on the roster and get them in some competitions. But yeah, everybody's welcome. We don't turn anybody away.
Where's this at?
It's at Wilmington High School in the wrestling room there. Yeah.
At the wrestling room, Wilmington High School.
So how do you get in?
Let us in. We always have somebody posted at the front door there at the gym. Come into the main gym. We've always got folks up there wandering around and let them in.
Those wrestling room, is it behind the main gym or is it over on the sides?
No, it's off to the back of the gym. So if you come into the front doors, look down at the gym, it's on the other side of the gym down that hallway. So, and a lot of folks that have been to our high school, we host a district tournament for the boys. Most people that from the surrounding towns, when they come in, they know where the wrestling room's at. But if they don't, they're welcome to call me, text me, message me on Facebook. We've got a Facebook page for Wilmington Ladies Freestyle Wrestling. We've got a website, which is WLFWclub.com. You can go into any of those and message us or call me directly, and I'll get you hooked up. So.
Are the weight classes the same?
They're not. So the ladies start at 100 pounds, and the boys start at 106, I believe. So, and then there's I don't think there's as many girls' weight classes as there are boys. But there's a weight class for everybody, though, all the way up to 235 pounds. And if you're a little bit over that, come on down anyway, and we'll get you to 235
Just
pounds.
lose a little weight, Charlie.
Well, that's for the girls.
Going down
The boys, it probably goes a little higher.
285.
Oh, I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Yeah,
There we go.
yeah, so if you're interested in the boys team,
No, I'm not.
285.
But it would be probably fun to come watch sometime.
Yeah, absolutely. Anybody that's interested can come down and watch a practice. So even if they got a young lady that's interested and maybe a little nervous, we've had several of those will come in and watch for a couple times, and then they'll jump in. So we don't turn anybody away. Like I said, you can come down and watch. And Bill, we'd love to have you in the room, maybe do an article for the paper, raise awareness. But this is our second year doing it. Last year was our second high school season, and we won the league tournament, the first league tournament ever for the SBAAC for girls. And so we're building a pretty good program there.
It says the youth has lower rates.
Yeah, thanks, Sierra. So for the youth, it goes all the way down to, I think I've seen 40 pounds before, depending on your age. That's pretty fun to watch when we go to these tournaments, and they've got the youth divisions. You'll see kids as young as 5 out there weighing 40 pounds, and they'll scrap. It's fun to watch.
Well, it says girls wrestling is 100% better than boys. I'm just going to be honest. I mean, girls are usually meaner.
They are.
I mean, they are.
I'm telling you, it's intense. And Bruce is running the program there in Hillsboro. And thanks, Bruce, for joining the chat there. And he's got a young lady. His daughter is very tough, Miss Miley Messer. So looking forward to watching her over the next couple of years.
How old is she?
We'll see her at the state tournament. I believe she was a freshman this year. Was close to making the state tournament this year.
Well, there was a girl that went undefeated, didn't she, all season?
Yeah, McKenna Kraft out of Jackson.
Yeah, Jackson.
She just wrestled in the U.S. Open here in the seniors division as a high school senior. That young she's one of the trailblazers for Ohio for sure. But speaking of which, May 17th we've got Olivia Shore coming in. She is probably more responsible for building this ladies wrestling in Ohio as anybody. And
coming into a practice or coming in?
She's going to come in and do a clinic for us on May 17th. She's going to come in and show some technique.
That's the day of that sports card show we talked about.
Yeah, she's a two-time national champion in college. She's actually the only girl, I believe, and somebody can fact check me, but only girl to ever place in the boys state tournament as a female.
Really?
Very, very tough young lady. So, I look forward to getting her down there. And then we've got Nathan Tomasello coming in June. He is a Ohio State Buckeyes national champion. He's going to come down and instruct us on some freestyle wrestling as well. So, yeah.
You get Rulon Gardner, remember him?
Yeah, I sure do.
That's where I got that shoe thing from. I remember when he retired from the Olympics.
Oh, yeah.
He put his shoes out there.
Did.
He's a big old boy.
He's
too.
a monster, yeah.
What do you think about Trump going to the collegiate wrestling
awesome.
thing?
Yeah, that's good for the sport.
Boy, everybody loved him too, didn't they?
Oh yeah.
When the guy
Fans
won
loved him.
the heavyweight, that was kind of an upset, wasn't it?
Sure was. Yeah, he beat an Olympic champion in the finals and saluted his new boss. Was Wyatt's going into the Air Force as a commissioned officer.
Right.
So yeah, it's and that just shows wrestling's one of these sports that it'll teach you the self-discipline and the hard work required to go on. For me personally, I know it's helped me in my life. Kind of put me on a straighter path and gives you those leadership qualities that a lot of employers look for. So,
right.
So I couldn't endorse wrestling more.
Makes you wonder if the new guy for the Bengals wrestled, didn't he?
Yeah, a lot of NFL players did, especially your linemen.
But this one, because everybody's kind of like questioning, the results he's had.
Mm-hmm.
But the guy is a beast. I mean,
he's a monster.
And I would almost bet he didn't wrestle.
Yeah, he'd probably be a better sack leader.
I bet he didn't wrestle. That's my guess.
I'll tell you who did was Ray Lewis, and he had a pretty good.
Oh, Ray Lewis, something else. Yeah, he
so
was
great off the field, but he was one heck of a football player.
Everybody makes mistakes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all just one mistake away from messing our lives up.
That's a fact.
And we gotta be aware of that all the time. Gotta look for help. Don't be afraid to ask for help sometimes.
Yeah, and that's a good point too, Charlie. If you're, we got any young ladies out there that are struggling with life in general, come in and give us a shot. We'll give you some purpose and give you a place where you'll be respected and loved, and we'll put you to work.
It's better than sitting at home.
It is. Beats sitting at home. And there's
playing
a lot
video games or on your phone all the time.
A lot of girls wrestling scholarships out there that go unused for college. Like I said, we got 2 young ladies going to the next level off of our senior team this year. Not only our second year as a program, so that's the goal, is to get these girls more opportunities.
That's great.
High school.
That's great. So things coming up. You got the auction coming up.
Yep.
You got meets every other weekend or so. It sounds like.
About every weekend.
What else? Any other fundraisers coming up in the future?
Well, I've got Sierra Gilbert and Kelly Mann and some other parents that just keep an eye on our Facebook page. They're always coming up with great ideas and helping me raise money, because whatever we don't raise, I end up funding myself. So she keeps me out of trouble, keeps my bank account out of trouble.
Yeah.
But I will say, if there's any companies out there in the community that are interested in giving to a good cause, I can assure you we'll put the money to good use. Nobody on my staff's paid. We're all volunteers. It'll go directly to the young ladies in our communities.
Something you may want to think about is B-Dubs and
We've done that
Fiesta
once.
Vera Cruz. Yeah, well, a lot of them do that.
We
like
have not done yet.
they'll do it though, but they'll do it like on a monthly basis, like the 3rd Wednesday of the month or whatever. Or,
well, I know
Murphy does it.
They've picked up merchandise from Trail House, Kava House, what is it, Pappy's? I don't know.
For your auction, you mean?
Yeah, for our auction. So there's a lot of businesses here in town that are contributing, and we appreciate that. And so the more the merrier. We're trying to keep this thing going because I think it's a good thing and changing some lives for these young ladies. So, yes,
501(c)(3).
we are a 501c3 organization, nonprofit.
Unfortunately, though, that doesn't make a big difference anymore unless you're donating buku money.
Yeah.
Because if you're just a little donator like I would be, or somebody else,
It's not as big of a tax write-off.
Yeah, it's not near as big a tax write-off as it used to be.
It does help us with some of the bigger organizations like your Eagles and your American Legion. They require you to be a 501c3. Walmart.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Well, good luck with all
Thank
this.
you.
I mean,
we are taking several girls to the state tournament. The young ladies will wrestle the 10th, May 10th in their state tournament, and then the high school girls wrestle May 25th.
and this is club. Realize that this is not.
This is freestyle.
High school. This is club.
Yep.
So, well, I just because that's the first thing I questioned when you come on and you got kind of cleared it up was, is it like because AAU is doing just about as much harm as it is good for basketball and volleyball. Do you agree with that, Bill?
There's some issues there, no doubt.
Well, it's like East Glen didn't even have a basketball team this year because all the girls are playing AAU volleyball.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, so I think the difference here is for at least our program, it's a different style. We're preparing them for college wrestling, and honestly, you can't compete for those top spots in your high school season if you're not doing some off-season work. So they say winter.
I don't have any problem with it, but it's not. It's not the same as some of like the basketball and some of these the volleyball. It's definitely a different set of circumstances and rules about it, which it's not bad. I applaud. The more you can play, the better off you are.
Yeah.
But
we do keep a pulse on that, though. We don't want to burn them out, and so we try to keep this a little lighter. It's not a super grueling practices. We want the girls to come in and because they could be doing a million different things right in the summer. So we're trying to keep it light and fun and introduce more girls to the sport.
Well, and AAU sometimes affects like in a negative way. Like we do basketball games for Campus Nation, and I can't believe all the kids this year that when they went to go into game, just ran on the court. Because AAU, you can do that. In high school, you got to go check in. And how much did you see that a lot this year?
I noticed it a few times.
Oh my God, we saw it a bunch.
Yep.
Everybody yell at them, yeah, check in. The referees would yell at them, and it was that's just one little thing that AAU's kind of screwing up on. So anyhow, what we got? It's about time to go. I do have a final thought today, and it's from a sports person.
Oh my.
Well, you're here, so I got to do sports today, right?
Thank you.
Meadowlark Lemon.
Oh, I thought Bill said this.
No,
not me.
This is not a quote from Bill.
This is not even a quote from Meadowlark Lemon. It's about Meadowlark Lemon, but it's from a very popular person we've all heard of. Meadowlark Lemon was the most sensational, awesome, incredible basketball player I've ever seen. Wilt Chamberlain. Yep.
That's exactly who I thought of when you was reading that.
Chamberlain.
Wilt Chamberlain probably said that.
And Michael Jordan has a very similar quote too about the Harlem Globetrotters. If you didn't get to see them back in the day, like in the 70s, they're still out today. They're still good today. They're still fun, but it wasn't the same as Goose Gossage, not Gossage, but Goose. And Curly Neal, Goose Tatum, Curly Neal.
Yeah.
Well, Wilt played with
yes, he did.
the Harlem Globetrotters for a while.
Yep, sure did.
And they always played the Washington Generals, which Washington Generals never won usually, but occasionally they won. But I love the skit where Meadowlark, he hurt his arm, and the doctor's coming over there looking at his arm. Go, that doesn't seem like there's anything wrong with it. Oh, it hurts, And the doctor goes, well, where's it hurting? And he goes, well, first of all, it's the other arm.
Or the bucket of water with confetti.
Yeah, exactly. Remember that? Yeah, that was good times. Tom Shealy took me to see that. All right. Guys, have a great weekend, and thanks for coming on.
Hey, thank you.
You
Appreciate
guys,
you letting me
and
on.
we will see you next week.
From upstairs.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.